Hi and welcome to Jessie James Beads. Today we're talking spring collection, and what an absolutely beautiful collection we have for you. This is just one of the strands that we can look at together today. I've also got a bead mix and some absolutely outstanding charms. Let's head down to the board and we'll take a closer look at what we're going to play with. From Jessie James Beads, the most beautiful spring collection has arrived, and I have in my hands the Spring Bead Strand Duo in Morning Glory. Have a look at these beautiful lucite flowers with their fully matched bead caps, gorgeous leaves, lily pads and so much more besides. What an absolutely gorgeous strand. We've also got the Spring Bead Mix in Peach Tea. Immediately drawn to the combination of tones. You've got peaches in this beautiful aquatic blue with a hint of beautiful rainbow tones over the top, not to mention all of these accompanying beauties and some outstanding leaves to go with. What a lot you get in a box. We also have these gorgeous spring collection tulip vines. Really gorgeous lustrous gold on the top there and beautiful enamel colours. They are very lovely indeed. There's one more thing I wanted to share with you from my Jessie James Beads haul of spring collection, and that is this gorgeous toggle clasp in Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I couldn't help myself, I'm very sorry. How beautiful and detailed is this? Absolutely gorgeous. This is Peach Tea out of the box, and one of the things I adore about Jessie James Beads is that you have these gorgeous, absolutely huge crystal beads which have those two different types of finish. So you've got matte and highly polished. I think that's real attention to detail. And you've got so many beads, there's no doubt that's actually going to be difficult to put back in the pot. I also wanted to share with you what it looks like when you unstrand just one of those strands from the Spring Bead Strand Duo in Morning Glory. There's one still on the strand. That's how many beads you get. It's very impressive indeed. So I'm going to have a play with some beads, and in a moment I will rejoin you and we will create together today with Jessie James Beads. For our Jessie James Beads video today in the spring collection, we're going to work with the Bead Strand Duo in Morning Glory. We're also going to be working with some of these tulip vines. Now these can instantly be earrings, but I'm going to show you how you can create the pair into a lovely long drop pendant. Now this is going to be perfect for the slightly warmer weather when our necklines are just that little bit lower. I think these are utterly charming. I'm also going to show you how to create this beautiful layered up earring from the Morning Glory Bead Strand Duo. For the Jessie James Beads Spring Collection Long Drop Pendant, we're going to connect together a pair of tulip vines enamelled pendants. They are absolutely stunning, would make perfect earrings just by simply adding them to your favourite earring finding. However, I'm going to demonstrate how you can create your own bar connector to add them together to create this elongated pendant. This is going to be perfect for those spring necklines as the temperatures begin to rise. Hopefully soon. It's a bit chilly here today. So I'm going to be working with the teal variation on the board today, and this is what we're looking to create. Now to create this little connector, I used items from the beautiful Morning Glory Spring Bead Strand Duo. So we have got on the board just here the glorious minty vibrant coloured rondelles with some of those teeny tiny seed beads in a beautiful apple pearl colourway. There are so many on the strand that I'm able to use those again alongside the very lovely aquamarine infused faceted crystals. So that's what we're going to create. For the top one, we're going to use a 5-inch length of 20 gauge round wire. Now this is golden toned and it's a reasonably firm temper, but any wire will work for you. I'm just going to give that a straight and under smooth. Let me show you a cheat code for working with wire. 1.5 inches from one end, I'm going to use the box joint of my memory wire finishing pliers to create a right angle bend, making sure that the wire doesn't sit too close to the joint itself, but just sits midpoint in that lovely box joint arrangement. You will get the most beautiful right angle bend in your wire without having to pick up an alternative pair of pliers. If you make as much wire jewellery as I do, it can really save time. I'm now going to use the larger pin on my memory wire finishing pliers to create a bail, which works very beautifully with this 18 karat gold plated curb chain. This is a 4mm pin. You could use your memory wire finishing pliers, your round nose pliers, or your multi-step bail makers. When I make a round form on my wire, I tend to do that in two parts. So I make the first half of a circular form, hold that in position gently, draw that tail all the way around to generate a full loop up at the top. Now there's a little bit of a gap just here. That's not necessary at this stage, but it's really important to understand that when you create that round form, you absolutely can leave that gap. You don't have to get the wire sitting perfectly. I'm going to grip across that loop and just open it out ever so slightly. This also means that I can use a 4mm round form, such as that on my memory wire finishing pliers, to create a loop that is slightly larger, and you can use it with really any chain or threading material you like. Let's grip across that round form and bring the tail of wire around. One of the joys of working with a 20 gauge wire is that you don't really need to bring a second set of pliers into play. I've gone for 3 wraps up at the top there. What I'm going to do now is to trim away the tail of wire. Be mindful of your fingers, always look twice and cut once. The only reason I'm so cautious is I don't want the wire to hit the camera. Once you've cut that away, we're going to make sure that that sits down flush against the core wire, and that's the wire that's coming away in this long strand now. So when you create a wrapped loop like this, you will have one face which is slightly neater, and one face at which you can see the loop is veering off to one side, and you may be able to catch a glint of that cut end. Ideally, we want that cut end to sit down smoothly, but it will always be slightly more visible from one angle. So I make that the back of the design, and what we're going to do now is load on our chosen beads. So I have these beautiful pearl apple miniature seed beads. I'm going to use the blue faceted rondelle from the Morning Glory Bead Strand duo. And then I'm going to put on another one of those beautiful silky seed beads in that lovely pearl apple colour. Once I have got my angle correct, so I've got the cut end facing downwards, I'm going to pop my pliers across and try and bring the wire upwards the same distance from the bead as there is a gap on the other side. So let's just bring that upwards. At the end of the day, if you don't get the gap between the wrapped loop and the bead and the wrapped loop exactly the same, don't worry about it. I'm not going to be counting, and you shouldn't worry about it too. I'm going to now use the small side, which is a 2mm pin, on my memory wire finishing pliers. Again, you can use bail makers or your round nose pliers. Let's bring that wire around all the way. Now here is where it's really important to have that little bit of a gap. If you manage to create a perfect circle, you can just open that up ever so slightly by prising it ever so gently sideways. Now remembering which is the upside and downside, I can see the cut end is here, so I'm going to flip that over. We're going to set the first of our tulip vines pieces. When you add this in, we've got the upside of the bail facing upwards, so I need to flip my vine over so that we're looking at the back of the pendant piece. Slide that down into position. Get it to sit in that wrapped loop, and then you can close this up by hand. Bring in your finest tipped flat facing pliers and grip across that loop, and then draw the tail all the way around to fill the gap. Now we've managed to get 3 and 3 wraps, but if you have to get a 4 in there, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to be counting. As long as they're neat, we will run with it. So let's flip to the rear of that design and trim away any excess, making sure you don't accidentally snip the loop down at the bottom. So let's make sure that when we close up this last little bit of wrapping, we don't crush our seed bead. So just take your time, take a deep breath, and don't be in a hurry for this bit. The time that you save using the box joint of your pliers up at the top, you can use that time down here. So if you wanted to, you could create these as earrings with a single bead, and they would be absolutely delightful. If, like myself, you want more of a vine experience creeping down, what we're going to do is repeat that first technique. Where we used the large side to make a loop up at the top, this time I've just prepared this piece in advance using the small side of my memory wire finishing pliers, or you could use the smallest pin on your bail making pliers. What we're going to do now is to connect these two vines together. So I am going to go for the middle of the loops on the vine, and I'm going to slide in my connector. Now you may need to just open that out slightly so that it sits in position. Once that's wiggled into position, what we're going to do is to grip across that round form, like so, and draw the tail around. I'm going to draw that around twice, and then we'll add in the second of our tulip vines. Again, if you look at the piece in my hand, this is the upside, this is the upside, so when we bring in our second tulip vine, we need to make sure it's flipped over. Slide that onto the wire sticking out the bottom of our connector. Once that sits in position, it will turn over. So before you finish wrapping your wrapped loop, just make sure that everything is lined up in the correct orientation. So what I'm going to do here is get the tulip vine to sit in position and then wrap twice around that core wire. And what we'll do is we'll bring the wires together half a turn at a time so that we can centralise them and have the same number of wraps in both directions. So I'll bring that over one more time. It's not difficult to do, it's difficult to show. And there we go. And then I will do the exact same thing on the other side. And it's just a case of you can have an equal number of wraps, or you can lean into the irregularity if you prefer. One thing to be aware of is that we're going to trim away any excess wire on the rear side, so where that beautiful lustrous gold colour is showing best. I'm going to trim that away. Again, I'm putting my finger near the danger zone simply because I don't want to let that ping into my camera. Let's take a look at the other side. There's a little movement in my bead, but I think we have enough wraps, so I'm going to again be cautious and trim away any excess, making sure that we don't crush that bead when we tighten that last little bit of wire up. So take your time, take a deep breath, and then you too will have your long drop pendant featuring those beautiful tulip vines. If earrings are your thing, I'm going to show you how to make a really fast earring from that gorgeous Morning Glory Spring Bead Strand duo. And after we've made the earrings, both of these necklaces with the tulip vines, we're still going to have all of these components left. So there's lots to love and lots to work with. We're going to begin by creating a double spiral on the end of a 5-inch length of that same 20 gauge golden coloured wire. So when you're making a round form, start off by creating around about 2/3 to 3/4 of a round shape, and then push that wire around into your non-dominant hand so that you can create a beautiful rounded centre spiral. From the start point, we've gone around once, twice, and what we're going to do now is to bring that wire away from the spiral in a straight line, like so. And then I'm going to flip this over the centre of that spiral. So just draw that back in the opposite direction so that it moves across the middle of that double spiral you've created. We're going to very softly but consistently hold on to that wire as it passes over the spiral, not crushing down, and I'm going to bring that wire up and away. So you've created a really useful head pin. Let's add on our first component. We're going to use one of these gorgeous golden daisy style spacers and get that to sit down on your little homemade spiral head pin. I'm then going to add in this utterly divine flower. Allow that to slide down into position. Once that's in position, we're going to add in our gorgeous lucite flower in this lovely vibrant spring blue. I'm then going to give that a little bit of an overskirt with this outstanding filigree golden bead cap, and that can sit just about anywhere on this design. And I will top that off with a bead cap of my choice. I quite like having a double bead cap arrangement. I think that looks divine. So you've got your little stack of components all pushed down against that homemade head pin. And now we're just going to generate a wrapped loop up at the top. So grip across that core wire, making sure everything's in the right order. Draw the wire away at a right angle. I'm going to use the smallest side, my 2mm pin, on those memory wire finishing pliers to create a simple wrapped loop up at the top. Draw the tail over the top, and then we're just going to push that down so that the loop closes up completely. Draw the tail around to fill the gap. Now, because I'm making earrings, ideally I want to have the same number of wraps. Take the excess of wire away, and then just make sure that that last sticky uppy bit sticks up no more by giving it a gentle encourage to sit down flat. All that you need to do then is to add in your favourite earring finding. So this is the spring collection at Jessie James Beads, and today we have worked with the beautiful Morning Glory Spring Bead Strand Duo. We've also worked with the Tulip Vines. Absolutely divine. I hope that you have enjoyed today's Jessie James Beads tutorial. My name is Jem. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.